Alright folks, it's time for a real talk. After years of waiting, Sonic Frontiers dropped and turned the Sonic franchise on its head. For the first time ever, we got to see our favorite blue hedgehog run wild in an open world environment. And guess what? It actually worked! But now the real question is, what's next? How can Sega build on this success and create a Sonic game that knocks our socks off? Well, let's break it down. First, let's set the stage. Sonic Frontiers wasn't just a new entry in the franchise, it was basically a test. A bold experiment to see if Sonic could thrive in an open world format. And you know what? It kind of worked. Sure, there was some bumps, there was a lot of pop-in in the map and a lot of jank like repetitive side quests and a bit of grind here and there. But the core gameplay was absolutely solid in my opinion. You could zip through the vast open world of Starfall Islands at breakneck speeds, explore a huge variety of environments, and face off against massive titans in battle. Sonic was free to roam. And for the first time in a long while, it felt like the world was built just for him. Sega did a really good job just testing the waters, but the potential is far from realized. If Sonic Frontiers was a stepping stone, then the next game needs to be a giant leap. Let's talk about what worked. The movement, the speed. Sonic in an open world setting is like a peanut butter meeting jelly. It's a match made in gaming heaven, but here's the kicker. The game didn't have enough depth in certain areas. The game didn't have enough depth in general. The combat was fun, but it could have been a lot more engaging. The platform was solid, but the environment could have been a lot more dynamic. It was pretty base out there, man. It was like an asset dump. It was like, here, have a little playground with this free world. So what could Sega do to improve? Well, the combat can get a major revamp. Let's bring back the variety of the Sonic's moveset. Let's bring some stuff in from Smash, maybe. We get some new neat abilities like the side loop, but imagine incorporating more of Sonic's classic moves, maybe even allowing for combo-based attacks and adding more combo finishers. He does have a couple finishers, but my boy ain't anime enough, alright? He need to be Goku. That's his real potential. On top of that, on top of the speed and all that, they can give us better dynamic environments, not just open spaces. Areas that push Sonic's abilities to the limit. For example, cliffs, tunnels, moving obstacles that require constant reaction. Basically, create areas that make the player think. How fast can you get there? And finally, more interactivity in the world itself. Imagine being able to manipulate parts of the environment to solve puzzles, which we kind of already can do, but to a certain extent. We can move blocks or unlock pathways using Sonic's new powers, which we kind of can do, but to a certain extent. More interaction with the world would make it feel more alive, like Sonic's running through a world that's meant for him, not just to run through it. Alright, so getting gameplay out of the way, let's talk about characters. Frontiers was really good about bringing Sonic's core friends, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles, into the game, and even being able to play as them was really cool to see. I'm not just talking about throwing other random faces in for the sake of it, but let's have some more characters added, like some meaningful characters. We've already seen what Tails, Amy, and Knuckles can bring to Frontiers, but I'm thinking for the next game, let's get some new additions, maybe Shadow. I mean, it's the year of Shadow, we gotta get that boy in. Silver, or even Eggman. So with Shadow, you have the perfect anti-hero to pair with Sonic, but this time, give him his own narrative arc, not just a Sonic's rival. Make him a character with a purpose that challenges Sonic on a deeper level. Maybe there's some sort of rivalry that evolved into something more meaningful. Maybe they're teaming up, you know, maybe they're homies this time for a temporary team up against a huge threat, you know. There's a lot of character development that could happen there. Then there's Silver, the guy from the future, you know, Trunks. Yeah, let's give him some more screen time and make his powers a crucial part of the gameplay. That would actually, if you think about it, dude, him having the time powers and all that, that'd be sick. Now we're entering Marvel stuff with the multiverse and timelines and all this. Silver can manipulate time or even the environment itself as part of his combat system. His telekinesis could make for some truly creative level design. Then you got our big baddie here, Eggman. He's always been the primary antagonist, but why not give him a more interactive role? In Frontiers 1, we team up with Eggman at one point and take on a bigger threat, like I just mentioned with Silver. With Sonic's main bad guy, Eggman, being the main antagonist in all the games, why not give him a more interactive role? Maybe this time he's not just a guy in the chair floating around and yelling. Give him a more complex plan, an antagonist who's actively changing the world Sonic's exploring. Maybe he's creating robot minions that challenge Sonic in different ways. Maybe he's giving you minions that are helpful in many ways. A plot twist would add an emotional depth to the story. So having them work together and then maybe a betrayal would work. Let's talk about expanding the world, alright? The world is already huge and that's awesome, but there's a lot more room for more depth in Frontiers. We saw a small sample of what an open world Sonic game could look like. Imagine the next game expanding on that with a layer of biomes, like not just 3. Each one with unique mechanics, puzzles, and challenges, and weather conditions. And with those biomes, you can make a bigger and better story. Friends, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. Sega has set up a lot of intriguing lore in Frontiers, but now it's time to bring in more narrative stakes. Maybe Sonic has to protect the entire world. You know, maybe it's not just a couple islands. But listen, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I've been spitballing for a long time. When I played Sonic Frontiers, the minute I beat it, I knew that it was a test by Sega. You got me, Sega. I'm your test dummy. But I'm really looking forward to what they got in the future. I know Sonic Frontiers 2 can bang. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Sonic Frontiers was a fantastic starting point for the future of the franchise, but there's so much more potential. With higher gameplay, a bigger focus on characters, and more engaging world mechanics, the next Sonic game could be the one to change everything. Remember what I just said. The one to change everything. Sonic's been on a bad path in his 3D games. But hey, what did you think? Would you want to see Sonic in a bigger, brighter world? Do you want to see more characters, more expansions? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for new content, man. I'm trying out this new thing where I do like little scripted videos, you know, like maybe what's next, what's to come, remember that, what if stuff. So if you guys can, please give me some feedback. This is the second video. Part 1, I don't know, it might be out by now, which is the Smash one. Hey, cut me some slack, alright? I'm trying. We're new around here. We're new to the script life. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. And Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Who knows where we're at? Who knows? GTA 6.